Welcome back to JHL Cinema Class. Today we'll be discussing the casting of David Jonsson as Black Panther and Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider. Which casting are you more excited for, guys?
I think Black Panther. Ryan Gosling, I just keep seeing Ken, and it's hard to see him play a role as serious and brolic as David Jonsson. Also, kind of looks like
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, dude, he kind of looks like him. So I think he'll fit the role good as his son.
So I'm not gonna lie, to your point, right? Even though you say Ken, but the guy that played Shang-Chi is in Ken.
He's in Ken too. They have like a battle dance,
like
thing.
a dance battle thing.
Yeah, I seen that.
And to me, he's still Shang-Chi, but he did play Shang-Chi before he played Ken. So before he played the Barbie movie. But I'm excited for Black Panther. I'm gonna be honest. After watching him, because what I like is he's not a known actor, right? Mm-hmm. And the only movie that I did see him in was in The Longest Walk, and like I was just telling you guys, I think he played a phenomenal job. The role that he played in that movie was really good. The amount of emotion, the comedic side of it, he played a really good part. So I'm super excited to see him in that.
I got to see him play in Alien, and he was pretty good there also. He didn't do a bad part either. With him doing this movie of Black Panther, his biggest enemy right now, I can say, is the audience. Because they're going to expect so much from him because of what Black Panther represents.
The bar is high.
Yeah, the bar is super high for this kid, but he's young, he has room to improve, even athletic-wise. And Marvel always, gets their characters to where they want them, and when those actors become that certain character, that certain hero, you can't see them do any other role out of that character. That's how solid they make those actors. And it's the same thing with Ryan. I'm super used to him doing romantic movies. Like it's true because he did The Notebook, he did La La Land, Ken. He did those movies that it was super romantic, and to see him
he also played some action movies where he played Nice Guys, which was with Russell Crowe, which wasn't bad. I think he played in a driver movie where he was like a driver type thing. He played a few movies that were action, but to your point, he did play more
but
romantic
what that is, he's going into a super dark movie as Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is super dark, and let's see if he can. Well, he's a great actor. He could pull it off, but let's see how far he can play this part, because they always have that rugged guy doing it, like that biker look.
I think what he could do to pull, or what's on his side to pull off the role, is the fact that he's wanted to play this for so long, and something tells me he's been preparing for this, and he's already had a couple of movies to, where he can kind of use as a foundation to say, okay, we're not doing part 2 because that shit was trash. Part 1 had success because of this. Let me try to see how I can take that and make it my own.
True.
I think he has a good chance at doing it well. It's hard for me to see him in the role.
Well, to your point, he did want this role, kind of like Channing Tatum wanted Gambit. So I'm sure that he's read up on comics, right? When they're so passionate about a role, right? They normally do. I'm gonna read the comics. I'm gonna see what I do with this character. Now, with that being said, would you rather see him as Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch, or another kind of Ghost Rider?
No,
there's been a few iterations of Ghost Rider.
Johnny has a brother, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Danny Ketch.
He played him. So isn't he in the MCU already? So I believe he's already there. So it's for Johnny. I mean, well, I think he can play a better Johnny than the other one. Than the other brother. What's the other brother's?
Danny.
Danny, yes, because Danny's already in the MCU, if I'm not mistaken.
So I seen him play in a movie, and I can't remember the name of it, but he kind of played this role of a bad, not a bad guy, but like that bad boy kind of style of movie, and he actually did really damn well in that role. So in hindsight, thinking about this now, he might actually be able to, pull off that Johnny Blaze character much better than any other Ghost Rider.
The one that I think Jay's talking about is the Spanish version. The one that he has the car.
Is
that the one you talk? Yeah. That's the Spanish one. That's not.
My bad.
Not. Yeah. That's none of the two. That's why when you were like, oh, he's already in Marvel, I'm like, wait, but I remember Agents of Shield, which is where the guy actually comes out. But he doesn't play that specific.
Which, by the way, was a good Ghost Rider.
My bad.
It's Robbie Reyes is the one you're talking about. That's the one with the car.
I got you.
That's why when you were like, oh, he's in the MCU, I'm like, damn, but I don't remember. These two are actual brothers, where Johnny Blaze sold his soul to Mephistos, and he becomes the Dark Rider. That's the Dark Rider, the Ghost Rider. He's the original one, the 1960s, and then eventually his brother takes the mantle and figures out the power of the motorcycle, which that's Danny Catch. And then after that, it becomes Robbie Reyes, and then it becomes females, and then it just the Punisher, which Cosmic Ghost Rider is the Punisher one.
Okay. All right.
But with that being said, so you think Johnny Blaze? I say give him a fresh start. Be Johnny Blaze. Start him off in the beginning, and let's see what he can do. Now, do you think he can bring the right balance between horror, action, and then Ghost Rider has a little bit of humor? I just hope that they don't fuck it up where Marvel puts too much humor in there, where the Nicolas Cage one was perfect because he played a little bit of comedy, but it was more action, and it wasn't really horror. It was more action than it was horror. But I would like to see more horror action than action humor. You know what I mean? Do you think Ryan Gosling could play that part?
So I really don't think it's up to Ryan. I think it's up to the writer, actually. It all depends how the writer presents this to him. And he can play it from there. Well, I think he can do a hell of a job because he's a hell of an actor.
Well, here's the thing. I was seeing an interview with Kevin, whatever his name is, the main dude from Marvel.
Okay.
And he was saying that Ryan Gosling had pitched his Ghost Rider and everything. Like, that's how prepared Ryan Gosling was with that actual role. Like, he wanted to be Ghost Rider. So, with that being said, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I give him his range and I give him his flowers because he is a great actor, but I don't see that malicious person when I see him. I see the cara de mamao,
But
But that's the thing. That movie I was telling you about, and I can't remember the name of it, but I believe it's the movie where him and Eva Mendes eventually ended up in a relationship together, and now they're married. But that movie, he played a bad boy like that, where he wasn't this Ken guy that we're used to, where he was not a goody goody. He was, he was a tough guy. So seeing that he played that role that well, he might actually be able to pull it off. I think the reason why he's probably ended up with so many roles that have been like romance roles is just simply because of his brand, like his appearance and the way he looks. That's why they've always kept him that way. And I think that could be good, and it could be bad. It could be good in the sense that maybe he's waited all his career to finally get a role like this and show out and show what he's capable of doing. Or, we see, we see too much humor in this movie, and he just doesn't sell he doesn't sell it to you that he's he's about that life, or that he's Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Like I said, they have to give him more of that bad guy look, because Ghost Rider, when you see him in comics or you see him in movies or you see him wherever, they've never had a pretty boy. do this role, and they
Well,
had to
technically,
take out
Nicolas
that.
Cage was considered that in that time when he played that role. He was considered the pretty boy of the era.
I really don't like him, but he did do a coming back to it. But he did a good job in that role, and
He did.
that's why for a long time it was actually hard for me to see another Ghost Rider and not see Nicolas Cage play it. Like when Nicolas Cage played Noir, Spider Noir, if I'm not saying it wrong.
Spider Noir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he played it, and I still see that's Ghost Rider. And it's because I'm old. Obviously, these young kids don't know who the hell that is, but.
Well, once Ryan puts on that leather jacket and he gets the motorcycle, it's and then his fucking head got to disappear and turn into a fiery skull. So once that becomes that, as long as they don't make it to where it's sort of like Love and Thunder, where it was too much humor, and you're like, man, this is so bad. I just hope it's not that.
Do you think what color you think that jacket's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be black or pink?
It has to be
Barbie
black.
girl.
I really hope to see a more dark version of Ghost Rider. I hope that they go that route of something very dark, and I don't know. I just don't want to see humor. Not in the way they did with Love and Thunder. I'm tired of that kind of humor in these world-ending events that are happening in these movies, right? Because Love and Thunder was like that. It was it was meant to be one of those events where it was like crazy, and yet they had all this humor in it, and it wasn't like it was good humor either. It was repetitive, terrible.
It was bad. It was all bad.
Well,
like I sat there like, man, what the fuck are they doing with this? And then to have such a great character like Gore, right? And the way Christian Bale played him, to use him 10 minutes of the movie was crazy to me.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is they used like parts of a comic, like Gore taking the kids and setting the trap for Thor. That's part of a comic, but that was like the only part, and everything else was like a joke. Stormbreaker was jealous of Mjolnir. Like I was like, what the fuck am I watching? What the hell is going on here? But back to these two castings, who do you think has a bigger challenge? David Jonsson as following Chadwick Boseman, or Ryan Gosling following Nicolas Cage?
So it's a little bit uphill for both of them. The only thing I could say is that Ryan is a known actor.
Wait, before you continue, buddy, I'm going to rephrase that question again because I butchered that shit out of it. Okay. That way you can just erase that shit. Okay. So who do you guys think has a bigger challenge? David Jonsson as following Chadwick Boseman, or Ryan Gosling following Nicolas Cage?
So to be honest, Ryan at least has that background and he has a good resume already. So I think it's going to be a little bit more easier for him. Now, David is a little bit more uphill. It's uphill for both of them, but it's a little bit more steep for David because he's not really a known actor and he's filling up someone's shoes that means a lot to the Black Panther community, let's say it like that. And you know how the Black Panther fans are. They love the shit out of that man.
So did I. I love Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. He played an amazing part, an amazing Black Panther.
I think David is going to have the biggest challenge here. And the reason being is because it's coming off of a recent successful introduction of Black Panther, and it was the first time that it was ever done with an iconic character like Chadwick, right? Where Ryan, on the other hand, he's coming to play a role of a movie that was done, over 20 years ago. Yeah. And a lot of the people from this generation now, your 20-year-olds and 25-year-olds, they don't know who the hell played Ghost Rider initially. That's us, the old heads, you know? So true. I think David is definitely going to have the toughest run at it.
So do you guys think it was the right time to introduce a new Black Panther? Because I did. I'm gonna be honest.
Of course, yes.
And no disrespect to a female Black Panther, but that's not who it is. Shuri's always been like Black Panther's sidekick, like the tech guy, the guy that's above, like the eyes, and it's always been like that. Hey, I prepped the tech for you. all of that, and then Black Panther was always
Go do your
T'Challa.
job.
Yeah, yeah, T'Challa, and let's get it.
No, I think, like you said, I think it was time already. Everybody's been expecting it already. He's a great superhero. Now let's see how they play him off in the movies. Like, is he playing his son, or is this a whole
He's his
new other?
son.
He's his son.
It's
So
confirmed. Yeah, his son.
okay, so why not? Why not have him now? You got a young kid doing it. He doesn't look old. He looks young. He's fresh. Hey, let's go.
And to Laz's point, he looks like him.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Chadwick.
And the timing is perfect. I mean, after the last one, right? And again, I think Shuri did a good job as a Black Panther, right? As a filler movie until they figured out, okay, what are we doing here with this character? Because it's a very important character for the MCU. So I think the timing is perfect. You know, they introduced the son. When they introduced him to Shuri, I mean, it's a good opportunity to bring him as the new Black Panther and the aunt to be now his eyes in the sky, if you will. Like that's his sidekick.
That is true.
I think it's the timing just couldn't have been better.
Absolutely. Guys, let us know if you like this kind of content. Go ahead and follow, like, subscribe. And if you don't, suck my